Justin Baldoni, once heralded as a progressive voice reshaping masculinity and a Hollywood heartthrob from Jane the Virgin, now faces accusations and controversies that threaten to dismantle his carefully curated public image. As someone who built his career on advocating emotional vulnerability and gender equality, the allegations against him have left fans and critics grappling with the stark contrast between his words and actions. Welcome to Celebrity's Pain, where we uncover the shocking stories behind Hollywood's brightest and darkest moments. Make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the dramatic rises and catastrophic falls of your favorite stars. Here's why Justin Baldoni's reputation is crumbling. Justin Baldoni's downfall began with damning allegations of workplace misconduct on the set of It Ends With Us. These claims include shocking reports of Baldoni improvising intimate scenes without consent, making inappropriate comments about co-star Blake Lively, and allegedly pressuring her to simulate nudity in scenes that were neither scripted nor agreed upon. What makes these allegations even more troubling is the broader context. Baldoni has built his career on championing respect and equality. The alleged behaviors, walking into Lively's trailer uninvited, discussing her personal life, and disregarding her professional boundaries, create a stark disconnect between his public persona and private actions. These allegations resonate with larger discussions about power dynamics in Hollywood, where stars and directors often wield disproportionate influence over cast and crew. In Baldoni's case, his role as both a lead actor and co-producer on the film raises questions about how power was misused and why safeguards like intimacy coordinators were allegedly disregarded. When the allegations surfaced, Baldoni's response didn't involve accountability. It allegedly involved manipulation. Reports suggest that he hired PR specialists to discredit Blake Lively and shift the narrative in his favor. This crisis management strategy reportedly involved planting fake social media accounts to portray Lively as difficult and releasing damaging stories to gossip outlets. One of the most damning accusations was that Baldoni's team intentionally mischaracterized Lively's concerns as diva behavior. Allegedly, articles were seeded in major outlets accusing her of being controlling and difficult to work with. While portraying Baldoni as a victim, the campaign included fabricated social media engagement designed to generate sympathy for Baldoni, a tactic known as astroturfing. Astroturfing has been exposed in several high-profile PR scandals and is often viewed as a last resort for those desperate to salvage their reputation. In Baldoni's case, this approach backfired, casting him as manipulative and vindictive. For fans who once saw Baldoni as a role model, this alleged behavior further cemented the perception that his advocacy for equality was performative at best. Justin Baldoni's career has been built on his advocacy for emotional vulnerability and gender equality. His TED Talk and book Man Enough received widespread praise for challenging toxic masculinity and encouraging men to embrace empathy and authenticity. Baldoni positioned himself as a feminist ally, speaking openly about the need for men to confront societal norms that harm women and stifle emotional expression. However, the allegations against him highlight a glaring hypocrisy. How can someone who advocates for safer spaces for women allegedly create an environment where boundaries are routinely crossed? Critics argue that Baldoni's fall illustrates the dangers of performative activism, where public messaging doesn't align with private behavior. This disconnect isn't just damaging to Baldoni's reputation, it also erodes trust in male allies who genuinely support gender equality. By failing to live up to the standards he set for himself, Baldoni risks undoing much of the progress made by advocates who work tirelessly to create safer and more equitable spaces. The fallout from the allegations has left Baldoni increasingly isolated within the industry. Reports suggest that cast members and crew from It Ends With Us distanced themselves from him during promotional events, with some refusing to appear alongside him. Additionally, Baldoni's talent agency reportedly severed ties, signaling the industry's reluctance to be associated with his name amid such serious allegations. This professional isolation highlights Hollywood's shifting attitudes toward accountability. In an era defined by the #MeToo movement, and a push for transparency, stars who fail to address allegations head-on are finding themselves shut out of opportunities. For Baldoni, whose reputation was rooted in progressive ideals, this isolation underscores how far he has fallen from grace. Hollywood is no longer willing to overlook misconduct even for its most charismatic stars. Baldoni's inability to maintain professional relationships amid the controversy suggests that his actions have irreparably damaged his standing in the industry. Perhaps the most damning aspect of Baldoni's downfall is the perception that he actively worked to silence women who spoke out against him. Blake Lively's allegations of retaliation, including claims that Baldoni's team planted stories to portray her as a bully, highlight a troubling pattern of undermining women's voices. Such actions are not just damaging to individuals, they also set a dangerous precedent for others in the industry. By allegedly prioritizing his reputation over the truth, Baldoni perpetuated the very systems of inequality he claimed to oppose. This dynamic raises broader questions about the sincerity of male allies in Hollywood. When powerful men who publicly support gender equality are accused of using those same systems to silence critics, it undermines the progress made by countless advocates. Baldoni's actions, whether intentional or not, have further eroded trust in an industry that is already grappling with its legacy of exploitation. Even before the allegations, Baldoni's public image was beginning to show cracks. While his early advocacy was met with praise, his relentless self-promotion and often preachy tone began to alienate audiences. Critics accused Baldoni of prioritizing brand building over meaningful contributions to the causes he championed. The allegations against him have exacerbated this perception, painting Baldoni as a man more concerned with his public image than with genuine change. For many, his downfall represents the dangers of overexposure in an age where authenticity is increasingly valued. This disconnect between Baldoni's words and actions has turned his image from that of a genuine advocate to that of a self-serving opportunist. For fans and industry professionals alike, the contrast between his carefully curated persona and the allegations against him has been difficult to reconcile. Ultimately, Justin Baldoni's downfall is a cautionary tale about the consequences of failing to align actions with values. His advocacy for emotional vulnerability and gender equality, once seen as groundbreaking, now feels hollow in light of the allegations against him. For someone who positioned himself as a champion of progressive ideals, the revelations about Baldoni's alleged behavior have left his legacy in ruins. While he may attempt to rebuild his career, the path forward will be fraught with skepticism and scrutiny. Baldoni's story serves as a reminder that actions speak louder than words. In an industry increasingly focused on accountability, public figures who fail to live up to their own standards are finding themselves unable to escape the consequences. Conclusion. Justin Baldoni's dramatic fall from grace highlights the dangers of hypocrisy and the fragility of public trust. His story is a stark reminder that no amount of advocacy can shield a person from the consequences of their actions. What's your take on Justin Baldoni's downfall? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Celebrities Pain for more deep dives into the dramatic rises and falls of Hollywood's elite. Stay tuned for the next expose.